3,
2,
1. Lara and the Lumber Chat podcast. Whoa! Welcome back to Lara and the Lumber Chat podcast, where Lara and the Lumberjack, we chat. And this is episode number 5. Cinco.
legal disclaimer, I'm not actually a lumberjack.
This episode is brought to you by the trees, in which the lumberjack chops down to create boxes and paper and probably some type of clothing. I think jeans are made by wood, right? Or with wood.
Cotton?
Oh, they're cotton? Yeah, they're cotton. I don't know why I thought that for a second. Blue jeans are made with wood.
I think it'd be very scratchy and uncomfortable, but I think cotton comes from trees, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, paper isn't scratchy, though. They can, like, you know...
We'll play a saxophone? Is that what you're doing?
They can, like, make it crumbly down to nothingness.
Oh, that's a good point.
Anyways, so thank you, trees, for sponsoring this podcast today.
This podcast is also brought to you today by a finger pointing at the moon. Do not focus on the finger. You will miss out on all that heavenly glory.
This podcast is also brought to you by my soda right now that's sitting up there on that desk, and I really want it, but it's all the way over there.
I wish we were Stretch Armstrong's, which is our final sponsor for today's podcast. Stretch Armstrong. They stretch till next week.
I don't really drink soda. I haven't lately anyways, but I had one today because I got a new tattoo. It's a Hey Arnold tattoo with Helga and Arnold holding hands. And so I was feeling like I need a little sugar.
That's true. It's after all the tides and pools and oceans of blood that you left on the tattoo shop floor. You needed more sugar to help with that.
Yep, I sure did.
What are you playing air guitar for?
Because the song's still on. Well, it's not air guitar, it's saxophone.
You're doing this. It was air guitar.
It just makes you want to riff.
Riff, that's right.
Anyway, so this is episode 5, and we're going to do something called 2 Lies and a Truth. So we're going to just tell things about ourselves, and we got to guess which one of the 3 are the truths.
We will peel back the curtain and let you know today that it was actually supposed to be 2 truths and a lie, but I'm an idiot and I did it wrong, so...
I said, yeah, 2. I even specifically said it too. I said, okay, yeah, so you're going to get yours ready. 2 lies and a truth, right? And you're like, oh.
Oof. Yikes.
It is 2. You actually did 2 lies or 2 truths and a lie, right? Wait, which one was it?
I did 1 truth and 2 lies,
okay.
And it was harder to come up with the lies than it was to come up with the truth.
Yeah, when I was doing mine too, it was harder to come up with the lies too, because they have to have, like, be somewhat believable, but also like not super basic.
They must be, because we're keeping score.
All right.
No, we're not keeping score.
Dylan, would you like to start off with yours?
I will start off.
So I am guessing which one of the 3 things you say are true.
Yes, you are. That is what you're guessing.
All right.
So, all right. Is that correct?
You got it?
Yeah. Okay. I've owned 17 cars. I've been to more foreign countries than I have United States, and I've been on TV. Which one is true?
I'm going to say it's number 2. You've been to more countries than states.
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. Because you've done the military.
Yes.
Talented, brilliant.
Exactly.
Awesome.
All right,
How many countries have you been to?
Oh, man. Okay.
Well, just about. Like 20?
No, not that many. I've been to Australia, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. I've been to Okinawa. I've been to mainland Japan, which is Okinawa belongs to Japan. It's part of Japan, but it's not. It's like Hawaii. They're Hawaiians.
Well, about how many states have you been to?
States?
Well, yeah, you said you've been to more countries than states. So how many states? Like 3, 4?
Illinois, California, Illinois, Washington, Hawaii, and Arizona.
That's still pretty good. I've only been to California, Chicago, and Ohio, unless it counts if my plane landed in Texas, because then I've been to Texas as well.
So if that counts, then I've landed in Guam, which is also part of America, and I've landed in mainland Japan. If that doesn't count, then I haven't been to those places.
Okay, my turn.
Your turn.
All right, guess the truth. I used to daydream about being a sprinter in the Olympics and running past everyone else in the race. Number 2, I have a little lump under my skin on my right ankle that I used to think was going to kill me one day. Or 3, I constantly yell at work.
I feel like all of those are true, but most specifically the last one.
No.
Really?
The truth is I have a little bump under my skin on my right ankle. Yeah, I used to it's like a little bead under my skin,
Right.
basically. And I used to think it was some kind of cancer or a tumor that was definitely going to kill me. Like, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to die.
I have one like that. It's under, it's a weird thing. Like if I put my stomach in my belly button and then kind of pinch like a little bit of skin, if I squeeze there, it's off center. And I think it's to the right-hand side. But it feels like there's like something the size of a pea and it pops or something
Pops?
happens. It's something.
Mine doesn't pop.
It doesn't
Mine feels
hurt.
like a BB. It's like perfectly round right under my skin. It's still there to this day. I don't know what it is, but it hasn't grown. I think it's just like a fat cell or something. I don't know what it is.
I often wonder if mine is beginnings of a hernia. If it's like just a
How long
little-
have you had it for?
long time, 10, 15 years.
Well, maybe not then, because usually you don't develop hernias until you're like older and
That's
maybe
not
a little
true.
bit overweight, I thought.
No, you can get them from weightlifting.
Well, yeah, but you don't weightlift.
I lift a lot of things for work though. That's usually when it's like you grab something from squatting and then standing up.
Well, I hope you don't have a hernia. Didn't your dad have a hernia?
He did, yeah. I think I honestly believe he had that thing since 2003, and it didn't become a problem until 2021 because he was pretty sure he was having like pelvic pain when we moved when I was 13 years old, and then this year in 2021 it was a problem.
All right, it's your turn.
Oh, it is my turn.
I'm just going to leave my phone open so I have them handy.
Mine just closes automatically. All right. I've been to Mexico. I've traveled there. Not for the military. I worked in the fast food industry, or I've written a song before.
I know that you have. Wait, there's only one truth, right?
One true.
Because there's two of those that I think are true.
Which two do you think are true?
I don't think you've been to Mexico.
I have not.
Yeah. I know you worked at Papa Murphy's for one day. Does that count as fast food?
No, there's no drive-through.
Okay, then it's the song one.
Yes.
All right. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding,
You are so
ding, ding.
dumb.
Aw, that's just mean. That's not even a correct one.
You are so dumb.
What's,
You are really dumb.
You worked at McDonald's though, didn't you?
Yes.
For a long time.
Yeah, you know that.
I know.
Because
They
I
don't know
used
that.
to take pride in making the best McCafe Frappuccinos. Like, you want some extra caramel? Okay, here you go. No worries about it. I'm not even going to charge you.
Perfect. What was your favorite thing to make there?
The Frappuccinos.
Oh, okay. I told you should be a barista. Your little brother has the job that you're meant for.
My little brother works at Starbucks and he's got a mullet. And we
does
always,
have a mullet.
tease him about it.
He does.
All right, my next one. I used to sleep on the cement outside when I was sick. I burned my neck with a curling iron, and everyone at church thought it was a hickey. I was a really good speller as a kid and usually got A's on my tests.
I don't think that you're a very good speller.
Wow. Thanks.
And I'm pretty sure you did sleep on the concrete as a kid when you were sick.
Yep.
Yep.
So when I was a kid, when I got sick, it felt really good, the cold concrete. So I'd take my blanket and I'd lay out on just like the blacktop. And my mom was like, "What are you doing? Go inside." It feels good. So that's something I did.
Well, I guess I can't count because this one I have one truth and one lie. And I forgot to do a second lie.
Oh, and by the way, you're right. I was bad at spelling.
Oh, I know.
When I would not pass my spelling test every time, and I'd be so dramatic about it because I'd get in trouble that I'd put on like a black veil. It was like just a black piece of fabric we had, and I'd just like wear it around the house and be super depressed.
All right. So I think you're going to know the answer to this one fairly easily. I've never caught a fish before, or I've never purchased for myself a 2-wheel drive vehicle.
What's the third one?
I forgot to write a second one.
So wait, the other ones have three, right?
all the rest
Okay.
of them. Yeah. So this one, the line went over and it went to the second one. So at a glance, it looked like 3.
That's okay. I know which one is the truth.
Yeah, you know which one is the truth because I've caught a fish before.
Okay, so why'd you write it then? If you were, these are supposed to be things we don't know.
I know. I just had to come up with some of them.
Okay, do a different one then, because you said
Okay,
I knew
okay.
that one already.
All right. I've only ever been to 2 continents. My high school mascot was a unicorn, and I spent a summer in Texas.
Spent a summer in Texas.
Never been to Texas.
Okay, was it the first one?
It was the first one.
Okay.
And now that I think about it, I forget that Australia is not considered an island. It's considered a continent. So it's actually 3. So I guess none of them are true.
All right, I was terrified of my doctor when I was a little girl. I caught a fly ball at a River Cats game with my dad. I spray painted a wall at my grandma's house. Which one is true?
What was the first one?
I was terrified of my doctor when I was a little kid.
Yes.
Yes, and his name was Francisco. Gary Francisco. He was apparently my mom said he was like the nicest doctor, but I was terrified of that guy.
His name was Aguirre Francisco?
It was Dr. Aguirre. So I think it was like Francisco Aguirre was his name. If you're out
Okay,
there,
okay.
I'm sorry for crying and being a bitch, probably.
All right.
Your turn.
I've rebuilt a car engine before.
You're doing ones I know.
I've seen every Star Wars movie in theater.
Lie.
I've never watched American Idol.
That's the truth. You never watched American Idol.
I've never once watched American Idol. Not even once.
These nuts. Got him.
I just wanted to play that.
Got him.
I always want to hear that one, man.
Got him. Got him. All right. I have sat on a donkey once. I passed out in high school PE. I found a 4-leaf clover on 4 different occasions. Which one is true?
I think you found a 4-leaf clover on 4 different occasions.
You are so dumb.
That is incorrect. I passed out in high school PE.
What were you doing?
I only found a 4-leaf clover on 1 occasion, not
Really?
4 occasions.
What about a 7-leaf clover?
Nah, but yeah, it was a PE class, and we had to do like this thing. And usually they make us, either run a mile or run a couple laps around,
Right.
the court or whatever, the basketball court. This time they just put on a timer and made us run back and forth for hella freaking long. And I just passed out. And then my teacher yelled at me when I woke up. She was like, "Oh my God, did you not eat lunch? You have to eat lunch." And I was like, "I just passed out. Why are you yelling at me?"
What's the correlation there between lunch?
Well, usually, it's if you haven't eaten, it's not good to run a lot.
It's worse if you run on a full stomach than you throw up. If you're
No,
running
if you eat a normal meal, I think it's fine. But if you've eaten nothing, it's probably not a good idea.
I run better on nothing than on food. Like I remember in boot camp one time the night before, like I think they had us running real early in the morning one time before breakfast, and I ate like veal, something with veal, chicken. No, not veal. Not veal. Parmesan, chicken Parmesan, and I was just burping that up. I get heartburn as it is already anyway, but I was just burping up freaking red marinara sauce.
Marinara
Yeah,
sauce.
it was bad.
All right, your turn.
All right. All right. I have beaten less than half. My favorite game series is The Legend of Zelda. I've beaten less than half of the games that they've ever come out with. I've rebuilt a car transmission before.
You keep saying rebuilt engine, rebuilt transmission. That's like,
Those are 2 different parts.
okay, what's your last one?
I've never owned a foreign car. Which one of those do you think is true?
I'm going to say you never owned a foreign car.
That is incorrect.
You are so dumb.
Well, which one is it?
I had a Honda Civic. Not for me though. But I haven't actually not beaten that many of the Zelda games. I like a lot of them, but there's also a lot of them I don't like. They're just weird.
Okay.
And I don't have time to play that many video games as much as I would want to.
All right. I was once involved in a high school cafeteria food fight. Today, when I was getting my new tattoo, I was holding in a fart for the entire time. I once dated someone named James Cameron. Which one of those is true?
Holding in the fart.
100%.
These nuts.
Was there anyone else there?
Got him.
There was a lady that was tattooing me, and then there was another guy tattooing a guy, and that was it. And then my tattoo artist brought her daughter as well.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
But I held it in successfully. I did not fart till I
It's
left.
like 2 hours.
Yep.
Why didn't you just
buns
fart
of-
right before you went in?
Buns of steel. I didn't need to. I only needed to when I laid down for the tattoo.
The buns don't hold in the fart. We know that. Come on.
The glutes. If you just hold it enough. All right,
Do you
you're-
remember that commercial? There was a commercial. I have no idea what it was for, and these to me are always the funniest ads. Is when you have no idea what they're actually for, but you remember the commercial, what happened on the commercial, and it was a guy. He goes into a gym, and he got a personal trainer, and the personal trainer goes, "Today we're going to be working on glutes," and then he takes a walnut and he puts it in his butt cheeks, and
my
he
God.
cracks it, and he goes, "Walnut," and he hands it to the guy, and he's just like looking at him.
Gives a whole new meaning to nutcrackers for Christmas.
Oh man, imagine if that guy sat wrong. All right. I still own a shirt from middle school, my middle school PE shirt that still fits me to this day. I'm allergic to bee stings, or I wear a size 13 shoe.
You have a PE shirt that still fits you to this day.
Just barely, but yes.
Got him.
Got him.
These nuts.
Got him.
You're going to get banned from using that. You have to pay freaking Welvin the Great royalties for using that.
All right. Let me see. I ate my mom's blood clot medication when I was 5 years old. As a kid, I wanted to change my name to Kiara Matthews, or I attended a church once that basically told me I didn't love God because I had long hair and was too vain.
The last one.
No, that is incorrect.
Okay.
You are remembering it wrong.
I'm glad it wasn't that one.
As a kid, I wanted to change my name to Kiara Matthews because I thought that name sounded so cool. Also, Lion King, I think number 2 had that chick, the lioness called Kiara
I don't remember that at all.
with Kovu.
You know, okay, so I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I thought that the second half, since I haven't watched Toy Story in forever and ever, I thought the second half of Toy Story, I thought that was a completely separate movie. So when Toy Story 3 came out, I was like, isn't there already a Toy Story? There's already 3 of them. And then someone explained to me like that the part that I thought was a second movie was actually the second half of the first movie.
Yeah.
So I have no recollection of. I guess I more remember characters specifically of.
Yeah,
Toy
story number 2 is, or Toy Story number 2 is where they had Jessie and the
Stinky
horse
Pete.
and the prospector.
Stinky Pete, right? That's what I remember.
Yeah.
But I don't like. There's other stuff that I like. What happens in Lion King 2?
That's the one where it's like the lady lion is the bad one instead of Scar being the bad one. And I don't remember that much. I only watched it a couple times.
Yeah, none of anything that you're mentioning sounds familiar at all to me.
Your turn.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum,
Sorry,
bum,
I
bum,
gotta-
bum, bum, bum.
All right. So we know that I didn't own. No, never mind. Sorry. I have 7 instruments. I've never seen a Harry Potter movie. And I've read 100% of the Lord of the Rings books, including The Hobbit.
I think you read all the Lord of the Rings.
Incorrect. I've never read a Lord of the Rings book.
Okay.
Not even The Hobbit.
What's the first one again?
I have 7 instruments.
7 instruments.
7 instruments.
Wait, what? I thought you only had like a bass.
I have a bass. I have 6. I have an Ibanez acoustic, an Ibanez electric, a Fender. I have a Fender electric guitar.
Where are all these guitars?
They're in the shop.
Oh.
And then I have-
I was like,
I have a-
I've only seen like 2 around here.
I have a keyboard as well. It's at my
That's
mom's
right.
house.
Which you never brought over still.
I never play. Yeah, I'll bring it. If you want me to bring it over, I'll bring it over.
Ooh, yeah, we could have it right
Okay.
here on the table in front of us during the podcast and like just start
Perfect. Yeah.
playing little riffs everywhere. Anytime something, ironic happens.
Isn't
All right.
that ironic?
Don't you think? I used to record myself singing when I was a little kid to see if I would ever sound good in a band. I drew a massive penis inside a class-issued textbook in high school because the teacher was a jerk. For a period of time in high school, I wore 2 bras to school because I was insecure about my small boobs.
I think it was the first one.
Record myself singing? No, I wore 2 bras
Really?
to high school for a period of time.
I still wear 2 bras.
And it cut off my circulation and it hurt so bad. Ladies, just love yourself the way you are.
I had, speaking of cutting off circulation, kind of off topic, in the uniform that I usually wear to drill, we used to wear a desert sand color version in the summer and a woodland green one in the winter. Well, they got rid of it. They didn't get rid of it, but we don't wear the desert sand one anymore. Long story short, we used to roll the sleeves and the material was thicker on the one than the other. So I had to
The
start
sleeves cut in your circulation?
very much so. And I drove from here to Alameda. So it was like, I think it was 2 hours and my arm was purple.
Yeah,
like straight up.
I remember
purple.
when you taught me how to fold up the sleeves to the uniform.
I forgot that I did that.
And it makes it super tight.
It does,
Why did
yeah.
it make it so? I know it looks
no,
it
there's
looks nice, but why is it so tight?
It's just the Marine Corps is all about having your stuff look good, but you can make them loose. Like, there is a way.
Then why didn't you do that?
It's hard to tell, and I did it real early in the morning before I drove out. It was like, I had to be there at 6 in the morning, so I had to leave here at like 3:30 or 4. All right, so I have never written a check. I have owned 9 cars, and the longest I've had a pair of shoes is
You
10
have
years.
owned 9 cars ever? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay, and what's the
total.
third one?
The longest I have ever owned a pair of shoes is 10 years.
I think you've owned more cars. What was the first one? One more time.
That was the first one.
No, what was the other
9
one?
cars, and then I've never written a check.
That was the first one.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's number 3.
That is incorrect. It's longer. But yeah, I've owned 9 cars total.
Okay. All right. I once hid in a closet hoping that my family would forget me and go to church without me. I let my brother do my makeup, and he did green lipstick with pink eyeshadow. I went through a knitting phase and sucked at it and never finished anything.
I think that somebody did your makeup.
Wrong.
Oh man, I wanted it to be like David doing your makeup or something.
No, that would be good though. I'd let David do my makeup for sure.
He'd probably pick those colors too.
Probably. But my mom told me to go look for my shoes to get ready for church. I hid in the closet thinking, I wonder if they'll forget me. And they did. And they were at church for about, 20 minutes until they realized I was missing. They sent my older sister to come pick me up. And I was like, oh, I was looking for my shoes and you guys left without me. And my sister was like, yeah, I bet you had that story all lined up, didn't you? And I didn't really get in trouble for that one. But
I was just going to ask that. I was going to ask if you got in trouble or not.
I may have gotten in a little trouble, but it worked. It almost worked. I went over to my Uncle Bill and Aunt Sandy's house. They lived right across the street from us at the time. And I was like, yeah, my mom, she forgot me. And they went to church without me. And can I watch TV with you? So I was watching TV with my Uncle Bill. And he's like, well, do you want me to call your mom? And I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'll just watch TV with you.
Your Uncle Bill didn't go to church?
Not with, no, not that time.
Oh,
he was home. It was just funny because he's like, you want me to call him? I'm like, no, I just want to watch TV with you. But they went back and got
You had this planned out for weeks. It
was a that day decision. I wonder if I just stayed in the closet if I would have to go.
Sounds like other people that I knew, they wanted to stay out of the closet or stay in the closet to get away from. Sorry, bad joke. Okay, are you ready? I have 10 gaming consoles. I never took Spanish in school.
Wait, I'm sorry, start over.
I have 10 video gaming consoles. I never took Spanish in school, and I'm a certified pool operator.
You did, pool operator. What's that?
It's just a title, certified pool operator.
I think it's number 2. You never took Spanish.
I did take Spanish.
I thought you took German or something.
I took German in high school. They made me take Spanish in 8th grade, though.
Okay, which one is it?
I have 10 gaming consoles, not even including handheld games.
Okay, fine. Which one's your favorite? Just one. If you had to pick one gaming console.
Super Nintendo, I guess.
That would be the one you'd pick if they said you could only have one.
The problem is with the new ones, you can play the old games on. I guess I'd have to go with the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, because you can.
Isn't that the handheld?
It's a handheld, but you can hook it up to a TV. I never hooked it up to a TV.
So out of all of them, you'd pick a Switch?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Because it's modern, but you can play a lot of the modern games on it and old games.
All right.
Maybe PS4. I don't know.
Guess the truth. I used to go in my room and cuss under my breath when I was mad. While my parents were not looking, I snuck my leftover chili into the Wendy's bathroom to flush down the toilet because I didn't like it. Or, for a brief period of time, my favorite animal was a kangaroo. Which one is true?
I know the first one's true. I know that one's true.
How?
I'm pretty sure you've told me that.
Yeah. I would go into my room when I was mad.
And go, damn.
Damn, stupid. Hate.
It sounds like something Dwight Schrute would do.
Hate. Not even
say hate?
Good cuss words I hate you. Because we weren't allowed to say I hate or I want to kill you. Because I one time said that and my mom was so mad.
You said you wanted to kill her?
No, it was my brother. And I was like, I'm going to kill you. And she's like, oh, don't say that.
Which one was it?
I think it was Thean.
I knew you would say that.
But now we get along really well. Or somewhat well.
Pretty decent enough. Okay. I've been to Colorado. I've hang glided before. And I didn't get my license until I was 21.
Didn't get your license till 21.
That's true.
You finally got one. I was waiting.
Yes.
These nuts.
These nuts.
Is that the correct?
These nuts.
So that's when it's correct.
You are so dumb.
And that's when it's stupid. We should have done that from the beginning.
I thought that's what you were doing the whole time already.
Well, D's nuts. That's not obviously a ding correct.
You're saying got him, right? The got him.
Well, got him could mean haha, I got you. You didn't get the correct answer.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. I used to go. Wait, did I just go or you?
I think I just went because you got it right. Remember?
Oh yeah. Okay. I busted my head open on a Tonka truck once. My brother ran into my head, broke his tooth on my head. As a kid, I spit in the cookie batter before it was baked because I was mad.
Second one.
That is correct. Also, Thean. We were running around in sprinklers, and he ran into my head with his mouth, and his tooth broke.
Which tooth was it?
Got it.
I don't know which tooth, but
Was
it's
it?
fixed now.
Oh. Oh, so this wasn't like, well, he had baby teeth?
I don't remember. We were little
okay.
kids in the sprinklers.
Oh man, what a thing to run around in the sprinklers.
Probably like 8 or 9.
Right. How much older is he than you?
I am 26, so he's probably 28.
Oh, okay. All right. I've been to Las Vegas.
Yours is all about like I've been to somewhere.
A lot of them. I've never been to the Grand Canyon, or I've crossed the equator on a ship,
Ship? What kind of ship?
like a Navy ship.
Okay, then yes, that one.
That one's true, yeah.
These nuts.
Because I have been to the Grand Canyon, but I was a baby.
Okay, I've never been to the Grand Canyon or Colorado or over the equator with a ship.
So I always thought the Grand Canyon was in Colorado. I only recently found out it was in Arizona. And I guess that's a common thing that people think that. And it always makes me wonder why. Why does everyone think that?
I don't know, just because it's not like on the forefront of people's minds. Like,
Well, because Arizona doesn't have anything going
Yeah.
for it literally at all. It's got good gun laws, and there's like a couple spots where it has decent weather. But
no one talks about the Grand Canyon unless they just happen to be going there. Like,
or you're from the Arizona, not you're from Arizona, and you're like, oh well, we have the Grand Canyon. Cool, you have a big hole in the ground.
all right, guess the truth.
I
get
will.
good to know. I get really grossed out when someone has a mole with a hair growing out of it. We once had a Christmas tree that was completely infested with tiny worms. On the way to one of my college classes, I found a $50 bill on the ground, and I gave it to the teacher that had the classroom nearest it.
I think the $50 bill one is true.
You are so dumb.
No. Whenever we were a kid, we bought a Christmas tree from Home Depot. No hit on you guys because we love Home Depot. But we bought a Christmas tree from Home Depot, and it was infested with like hundreds of these tiny little worms. And my brother Thean started flicking them at me.
Sweet. That sounds pretty awesome.
The same night, we had to take it out of our house. Like we set it up and decorated
Oh,
it. And
this-
realized there was bunches of these
that bad?
tiny, because they were so small. Like you didn't notice them at
Right.
first until they started falling off the tree and crawling everywhere. So we had to take it out the same day.
Have you seen those worms that kind of they fall and then they like hang there on a piece of silk or web or something? Have you seen that?
Like a silkworm? I've never seen
Maybe.
them, but I know what they are.
I think they're called inchworms. The ones I'm thinking of, they're like really small, and you just walk by. Like I get them sometimes when I'm going to someone's backyard to do their pool. I'm like covered in them. They're kind of weird. And I was like, oh, what's this? And then I flick it off and I go, that was a bug I just killed. Like I feel bad for killing it.
Because you don't kill bugs.
I try not to. All right. Did I smoke synthetic weed or spice while I was in the military?
What's some, like, not real weed?
Yeah, it doesn't show
Okay.
up on a P test.
Okay. No.
It's
You
real
would have
popular
told me
while I
that,
was
I feel like. Next.
Did I run 3 miles in 24 minutes?
You mean a mile in?
3 miles in 24 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Or did I catch a crawfish with a fishing pole, like regular reel and rod fishing pole?
What was the first one? One more time. Sorry.
I smoked synthetic pot.
I'm going to say that one's true, even though I've never heard it.
It's not true.
Okay.
You're remembering it
You are
wrong.
so dumb.
I did run 3 miles, 24 minutes before. It was a long time ago.
Oh, I was
couldn't-
confused again.
I did not count that one as true because I probably can't do that anymore.
Oh, so that's not true?
Not now. I mean, yeah. 10
But you
years-
have done it.
10
though.
years ago, yeah.
So it's true.
Well, I meant to say that I can do it, not that I have. Sorry, I worded it poorly. But I did catch I caught a crawdad with I was fishing and I caught a crawdad. I'm like, what's this dude do? He like hooked on, he like clamped onto my hook.
Crawdads are like the little black tadpole things that turn into frogs, or crawdads are the little shrimp things.
Little lobster looking dudes.
Yeah, well, they don't. No, because we used to have these things in our ditch by our house. We called crawdads, and they were like the little black tad. Oh, that's a tadpole. My bad.
Tadpole, yeah.
Never mind. Okay. When I was a kid, my favorite thing to wear was stretchy pants. When I was a kid, my favorite thing to wear was camo. When I was a kid, my favorite thing to wear was anything with sparkles.
A lot of your stuff has to do with what you wear, huh?
This is the one
I know,
question.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God. I'll ask that every question.
I think that you used to like to wear sparkles,
No,
but I think the stretchy pants is a reference to Nacho Libre.
no, the stretchy pants is the correct one.
Really? Interesting.
These
Okay.
nuts.
I think you still like to wear stretchy pants, though.
Yes, but when I was a kid, like if we went to the store because we were getting clothes for school or whatever, I'd always be like picking out just jammy bottoms. Like I want to wear the stretchy pants; they're comfortable. You can't wear those to school or whatever. And you're like, no,
You figured that out early on. I think most people weren't doing that. Not at that age. not till they're like an adult and have already given up on life and all that other stuff.
I don't want to wear real pants.
All right. So since good thing I took a change of pace here because instead of talking about things places that I've been, now I'm just going to be talking about mostly video games. I own every Metroid game ever that's ever been released. I once stayed up for a week straight, no caffeine, no drugs, or I beat Super Metroid over 50 times.
Say over 24 hours straight you stayed up?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
No, sorry, 1 week. 1 week.
Okay, calm down. We know that's not it. If that's is like,
it.
That's not possible. I don't think.
It is, but
I don't think
it's not fun. I had a friend that did it and was drinking while he did it. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'll say the last one beat the game 50 times. Whatever. I don't know.
beat Super Metroid 50 times.
Wow.
At least 50
How
times.
long does it take to get through that game? I don't know.
I can beat it in an afternoon. The in-game counter tells me it's like...
So 50 afternoons dedicated to Super Metroid.
I've played it twice in a day before. I think I played it 3 times in a day.
Oh my God. Why?
I was on deployment. I had nothing else to do.
That's so you. We watched The Thing, the 1982.
For the first time ever.
For the first time ever, like 4 or 5 days ago. 2 days later, he's like wanting to watch it again.
No.
He is watching it again.
It was the next day because we rented it on Comcast and you get it for 24 hours or 48 hours, depending on the movie. This one was 40
And then
hours.
you went out and bought the Blu-rays of it and its sequels or prequels or whatever it is.
Well, actually, no. What I really did was I went to Barnes & Nobles, which we still have here. I'm surprised that there's even one of those open, but there was, and I was happy about that. And I bought a DVD copy of The Thing. And then they told me when I called them to see if they had it, they said, yeah, we do have it. And I said, well, do you have it on Blu-ray? Well, we can get it for you. So anyway, I ordered it through them. And then I ordered the sequel, which is technically you're working on getting the tangent alert, aren't you? And then, cause technically that one is like a half remake, half sequel, even though it's a prequel, really.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a prequel, so it's the...
You lost me.
Well, anyway, other people will have an attention span that listen to us, okay? So they, the one from 2011 is a prequel, so it takes place right before what we see in the 1982 version that you and I watched. And there's also a 51 version that the 1982 version was a somewhat remake of, and it's all based on a book. I'm probably going to buy the book, too, and the book's called Who Goes There, so... I am in love with this movie. Even
I know. That's my whole point of bringing it up.
Okay?
You wanted to watch it 2 days in a row.
And I want to talk about it, okay? I just want to sit here and...
So that's why I can believe that you played Super Metroid 3 times in a day, 50 times ever. That's crazy.
Oh, I was being conservative by saying 50 because it's probably closer to 100.
All right, my turn.
Your turn.
I once jumped on a pogo stick for 14 minutes straight while my brother timed me. I was once strapped to a basketball hoop with duct tape. I had a box on my... I had a box on my nightstand with all kinds of dramatic poems that I had written.
Poems.
It's the dramatic poems, yeah.
These nuts.
See, I was going to pick apart the whole thing. I was going to ask you which brother counted, because then if you had an answer...
Well, I could just pick a brother. That's easy.
Well, yeah, but then you could pick one and be like, I don't trust David.
But the duct tape to the basketball hoop thing, we did that to my brother.
I know.
Not me, though.
That one was going to be... I was like, it's got to be one of those two.
Not only did he get duct taped to the basketball hoop, but we kicked soccer balls at him.
Wait.
And he laughed and had a good time.
Was he... He's taped to the bottom.
Yeah, he was still standing on the ground. He was just duct taped to it.
I thought you meant on the hoop.
No, not the top.
Yeah, that's where I was...
That's hella fucked up. All right, your turn.
All right,
That was my last one, by the way.
I once saved a kid from drowning. I won a beauty contest. I won a Super Smash Brothers tournament out of 2,000 people.
You won a beauty contest.
I did. Did I tell you that?
These nuts.
No, but you would never think of that. What kind of beauty contest?
I don't know. I have a trophy, or my mom has it.
Wait, what do you mean? Like at a church or what?
Like a baby beauty contest or something. Yeah.
Oh, when you were a baby, your mom submitted you to like a newspaper thing? Oh, you're the most beautiful baby of the whole world. I'm so glad I learned that. I haven't seen a picture of you like when you were young.
We were talking about that yesterday, weren't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have more? Or?
No, that was my last one.
It was?
Yeah, it was my last one.
I thought you said you had a couple more than me.
Well, we kind of skipped one because I only had 2 of them, and I started before you. I started and ended. So there's that. So it ended up working out perfectly.
It was absolutely perfect. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's still listening to this nonsense.
I don't know why you are. I feel bad for you.
If you're listening, can you do us a favor today? Because we're kind of, just trying to make this happen. Share, like, subscribe, smash
Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
that
'Cause-
play button.
Yeah, just do whatever. I don't care.
No, I'd say tell your friends and family. That's about it.
And his name is John C.
Thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode. Do you have anything else to say, Dylan?
You didn't finish the song. What did you
And his name is John C.
I'm trying to like not get copyright problems because we got in trouble. Oh, we should tell them what happened. On the very first episode of this podcast, I made an intro for a game we played called Guess That Sound.
I like that game.
And it was Buffalo Springfield's song. It goes, hey, Dylan, what's that sound? Now it's time to guess what is that sound. Is that song? I don't remember the name of the song. Anyways, we got flagged on YouTube. We didn't really get in trouble, but it blocked the video in Korea, a bunch of different places.
Iran,
Because that song is about,
China, and Russia, all the free places that you want to live.
so we got in trouble for that. That's why I'm trying to not play full songs that aren't ours.
That makes sense.
Or whatever. Anyways, so thank you for tuning in.
I'm surprised it wasn't banned in California and also known to cause cancer here.
May little baby Jesus bless your weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day it is that you're listening to this podcast. And we'll see you next time.
Remember to be kind to people.